Hello everybody and welcome to another top 5 records video, and today I'm going to be talking about the works of, in my opinion, one of the best singer-songwriters ever. Today we're going to be talking about the work of Melanie Schikerik, also known as just Melanie. And Melanie was, in the late 60s and the early 70s, one of the most important voices in the world of music. You might have seen her performance at the Woodstock Festival or the Isle of Wight Festival. They were filmed, they are gorgeous, they are beautiful, but she is also a musician who just made some of the most gorgeous albums. And we're gonna start this list off with, because we're entering the holiday season. I would have also included this if I would have been doing this video in June or July. But a Christmas album. This is her 1997 album, Antlers, on the number 5 spot. Now, I'm always a bit hesitant to put on a Christmas album. I mean, Christmas albums can be good. Very often they also can be a little bit, how do you say, cheesy. Sometimes you have Christmas albums by artists from one you know they have a very good Christmas hit, and you long to hear that hit, but the entire album is not that strong. That happens a lot to me, or that the energy or flow just goes out of it. Not with Antlers. This is a truly refined and beautiful Christmas album. It starts off with a beautiful song, Ships in the Harbor, which is this atmospheric piece which sets the mood, and this is a rare gem of a Christmas album because it is a well thought out record. It has an old soul of a Christmas album, and I really love that. It has this actually it has somewhat of a British feeling to it. Though Melanie is an American artist, it has a British feeling to it. The old Christmas tradition with a strong sincerity, but it never becomes this church-like classical Catholic Christmas. It is a freshly sounding album with a beautiful atmosphere sense to it. Very beautiful, sincere, warm atmosphere, but with a strong rooted Christmas in it. It is not released on LP or on vinyl, so that's why I'm holding the CD over here. And the CD is, how do you say? It sounds good. I rarely play CDs, only when there's no vinyl available. This is one of those rare occasions in which I truly, for this December, I advise you buy it and you'll love it. I believe you can even buy it on her website, so easily ordered. Beautiful. I love this album. On the number 5, Antlers. On the number 4, Leftover Wine. Look at this gorgeous cover. This is an American pressing. This is a live album, and this is a live album that truly demonstrates the strength of Melanie. We're talking about a very powerful voice with Spanish guitar, and the Spanish guitar has a certain rhythmic quality to it, but the most of the melody, most of the development comes from this powerful, strengthful voice of hers. It is so impressive the way you can hear on this recording how her voice takes over and hypnotize an entire room, and you can hear how powerful this voice goes deep into the hearts and the minds of people, because I mean her lyrics are also of a fantastic nature. I mean, I truly think she's one of the 10 best lyricists ever. It starts up with the song Close to It All, which is so good. Mama Mama's on here. Beautiful People, Animal Crackers, I Don't Eat Animals because they don't eat me. She even does a happy birthday song, Tuning My Guitar, which is a very good song. Then you go to Psychotherapy, which is Glory, Glory, Psychotherapy. It's witty, it's strongful, it's cynical, it's satirical. It contains a lot of things, these melodies, and the strength of her voice truly comes to place when she truly comes to her right when she plays Leftover Wine. You know what? I wanted to talk about Leftover Wine later on in the video when I get to the album where where you can also hear it, but this might even be the best version of Leftover Wine. It is the most beautiful, sincere goodbye ballad, in a sense that I love ballads like The End by The Doors, where's this romantic goodbye to life. And Leftover Wine belongs in that category of the most beautiful, gorgeous, sincere goodbye songs. That's not the final song though. Peace will come according to plan. This album. Melanie's Leftover Wine. Beautiful live album. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. On to number 4. We're just at number 4 yet. Now, number 3. Gather Me. Gather Me. This is a different Melanie. This is a 70s Melanie. Something's different. The album is sharper, has a poppier sound. But it's not devaluating the sincerity or something like that. It's a more poppy face, which is interesting. You know, this is a very interesting 70s record. Keith Richards by the Stones is a great big fan of this album and of its, of course, the great big song you might have all heard about. I guess you have. Brand New Key. I've got a brand new pair of roller skates. You got a brand new key. Gorgeous, gorgeous. But the entire album is very, very good. Love it. Melanie Gather Me on a number 3 spot. On a number 2 spot. Actually, the first album, I ever listened to, and it's Born to Be. As a matter of fact, I was lucky enough to get it signed by her. It is incredible. I believe she was 18 or 19 years old when she recorded this. Not only when she recorded this, because it is impressive when somebody has developed such a skillful playing. The skillful playing is good. It's okay, but the power of her voice is not normal for any 17, 18-year-old. But that's not the thing which I find most stunning. You know, just historically wise, just human quality wise, because the quality of the lyrics on most albums, but especially on this album, how can an 18 or 17-year-old write Mama Mama or Close to It All or I Really Loved Harold? I mean, the lyrics to those songs, they speak of such a sincerity, of such a wisdom, and of such an emotional development. It is just stunning. I Really Loved Harold is, you know, I'm not gonna call it feminist. It clearly is feminist because it's one of the few records that takes care of the female perspective in a normal, same type of way, and it goes straight into the heart of the 60s. I mean, this at least, no, not straight into the heart of the 60s. I'm of the masculine heart of the 60s. You know, I'm not going to go into details about that, but she really does something on these lyrics that has not been done at that moment, and I'm even in doubt if it's not still not the norm right now, though. Like she looked into the future and wrote these lyrics with a glass eye, with an eye to the future. It ends off with Merry Christmas, so for the season, another great Christmas album. Damn, Born to Be by Melanie. This is a rare 5-star album. It's star album. It's so good. If you find it, buy it. But it's not the number 1. What is the number 1 spot? Anecdote. I bought this album on vinyl, and the same week I bought the White Album on vinyl for the first time. A friend of mine came over, a friend of mine who is a Beatles fan, and he had never heard of Melanie. And we put on the White Album, and afterwards he said, well, why don't you put that new Melanie album on? And I thought, ooh, White Album by the Beatles, tough challenge. And we listened to this in pure silence. And we forgot about the White Album. And when this album was finished, a friend of mine who never heard of Melanie looked at me and said, play it again. Just play it again. This album is sheer gorgeousness. It is a true masterpiece of performing, of songwriting, of lyric writing, and of producing. I believe it was her husband who produced this. Yeah, it was her husband who produced this. He had a definitive ear for sound, and there is so much quality in it. It sounds so close, it sounds so full, it sounds so warm, but it also sounds very wide. This is the song, the title track of this album, Lay Down. Candles in the Rain, Lay Down. That's the song she wrote after Woodstock. When she was performing Woodstock, it started to rain, and she thought, you know what, I'll play in the rain. And people started to light candles, and she wrote the song Candles in the Rain and Lay Down. And this has the Edward Hawkins singers on, and it was a great big hit. And the song is so good. So good. And you might think, if you've heard of that song, this album is front-backed. But no way it's front-backed. I mean, after Candles in the Rain and Lay Down, you have Carolina on My Mind. Good song. Cities People. And you get, Look What They've Done to My Song, Ma. Masterpiece. Masterpiece. One of the best songs of the 70s. Masterpiece. And not just the way it was written. I mean, the lyrics are so good. But the harmonium on there, and the producing, and her, and the complete way she surrenders her voice and her emotions to that song, it is mesmerizing. Side 2, Alexander Beadle, The Good Guys, Love and Baby Girl, Ruby Tuesday, her cover of the Rolling Stones song, which became a very big hit in the Netherlands, and she ends it off with Leftover Wine, one of the best ballads ever written. Man, this album, this gorgeous album, on the #1 spot. It is a masterpiece. It is a beautiful album. A masterpiece of lyrics, of melody, of songwriting. A masterpiece by Melanie. That is my list of best 5 albums of Melanie. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Leave a comment below, and see you in the next video. Bye.